And we're back with the last part of today. And the last part of the Tic Tac Bat, actually. This is the last that I'm going to do. Which is not true. We'll do a couple of behind the scene. But these don't count. Today, I don't think I'm going to clean the apartment. We'll keep it to, tomorrow I'm going to be busy with everything. We'll keep it for 2 days. It'll be too long of a break to, it's gonna be too long of a break. Good. Nice. So now, for the final subject, how do I feel about the 3 days that we just lost to a band? First of all, I don't think we lost them, which I know I'm the one that put it there, which implied that I felt like we didn't use properly. Should like actually a word that I really like. No, that's insane. Okay, just do this. Look at this. My Twitch streams, because sometimes I'll stop working while I'm doing this and this. A video for music and this. Good. Perfect. You can still sort of see. Just you mourn me. Yeah. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. Let's see how we can see. Sorry guys, today is a date that I cannot focus. So 158. Good. Now for the damage repair. Okay. We lost 20 minutes. We lost 38 minutes. Not bad. So fuck you for losing this, but it's okay. What can I do? This is what happened yesterday, the same thing. Well, yesterday no, because the battery died. But it's because as long as the recording is working, you're safe. When the recording fails, you have to repair the video. When you repair the video, it's fucking up. So we'll do length. We'll do not all video. We'll do highlights. We'll do ascending. Nice, good. Good. What is that? Okay, cool. Shh. Why are you screaming, dude? Why are people screaming? All the time. I've always liked to play with fire.
Oh god. Oh no. Her co-host straight. And I guess I'll just miss her. Even though she isn't here really gone. Things are just different. Ever since she kind of blew her off. I think your phone's.
Next.
Crosby, c'est un giga Chad. Crosby, c'est le meilleur joueur que j'ai joué avec de toute ma carrière. Il était cœur. Lui, il sortait pas, il buvait pas, il est concentré hockey au bout.
Sidney Crosby. Am I pissed off about this? Well, if I wasn't, I wouldn't talk about it, but... See, yesterday I was more pissed off. Do I feel like I wasted the last 4 days because we were banned from TikTok? It's a weird question because we still did something, but we lost a schedule. I was forced into a schedule that I didn't mind because, listen, what happened, whatever happens, happens, right? But, yeah, what can I do? You know? I don't really have a choice, sadly. And at the same time, you know, everything happened for a reason. Maybe I was meant to take those days off. I mean, we still did a lot. I could have not finished Resident Evil 4 if it wasn't for that. I could have not started. We didn't do anything. Devil May Cry 5 yesterday. I played for 3 hours and I was bored because I played a game so recently, which is still 3 years ago. So, you know. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be able to put it away after that. Then we'll play Calixto Protocol. Oh, I have to buy a new phone. I have to buy 2 new phones. See, I was talking about how I should have not have taken that so much time not to create content because I would have made a mistake. So phone Galaxy S26 5G. 1,000 too expensive. Whoa, look at this. There's one that's $96. Wow. Okay. And he's saying the same one. That it? Okay. Radio FM. So I could do this. Haha. Okay, good. I'm gonna do this one. And I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna buy again the Umig D. Because this one, the screen is cracked as shit. I'm gonna buy the same phone, but the screen is not gonna be cracked as shit. Okay. It's not it. It's so complex. Because I don't need a good phone. I'm just looking for a phone to play Tower. You mourn me, yeah. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. I saw myself on the meilleure vente pour vous. Meilleure vente. Samsung. Aha. much is this iPhone? iPhone 12. That's really old. Okay. Phone. Yep. Oh. So what? Yesterday. Uh-huh. Okay. For some reason it didn't work. Uh-huh. What is it? Good. We just ordered 2 phones. The same as Resistance Reborn, and the other one is gonna be something different. We're gonna have 2 more playthroughs at the tower. There's the Evo. Evo I'm excited about. The rest, see, what I was talking about wasting 4 days, could have done more. And then you realize that you made mistakes. For example, Sword just not a day. So Sword doesn't matter, right? Sword doesn't matter. But then you realize that it kind of does matter, right? So for example, right? For example, when I was doing the videos to answer TikTok comments, I was like, dude, I should have really, really went forward with speaking French and speaking more French, right? Because it's a whole my culture that I didn't discover, and I had bad experiences, but it didn't, and it's so dumb because do I regret? It's weird. I don't know. Do I regret? Okay. Do I regret not making? Okay. Do I regret not meeting people that spoke French on it? Like for example, the people that came into the live last week and everything like that, um, and people that were commenting on my videos. They're super kind people, right? And the answer is yes and no because if I make content in English, these people, although they speak English, prefer content in French, right? If I did French content, I would have possibly met those people, and I didn't allow myself to do it, you know. And it's even worse. There's even worse because you realize that I'm talking about the tower a lot. I know that I'm losing a lot of people when I talk about the tower, but it's an idle game. Like for example, right now you're seeing me, the videos. That's what you're actually seeing. Yeah. This is what you're actually seeing. Understand? So it does play a part. It does play a role. Doesn't matter how important that role is. Doesn't matter how unimportant that role is. It does play a role. We're gonna do Walking Dead. Full story. Okay. The entire story of Walking Dead. The 5 hours videos. Fucking love this. Fucking love this. Shout out to Florin. gonna be a great video to listen to when I'm in the north. I like when it's dark out. October should be. I'm walking these rooms and I'm 30 or 13. Not asking for much, man. It doesn't fucking work. Tell me why I have the application if it doesn't work. Sorry. We are very ADHD today, which is a good thing. So yeah, so I know it's stupid when I'm talking about the tower, but this is it. Like right now, we are planning to use a playthrough which is in French. And even then, this is a mistake that I made. I could have spoken French years ago. Now, the reality is, there's only so much I can do. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty overwhelmed most of the days, right? But I could have done this. I could have done it. And it's a great idea. It's a great idea to do a playthrough in French. I could have made some content in French, meet people in French. See, you have tool. You have every fucking tool in the world. You don't use them, they don't serve. Walking Dead complete story. Shh. Now it's downloading, which is great. See, and that is the major problem. That is the major problem. The problem wasn't that you didn't meet people, you didn't allow yourself to meet people. And even then, like, I have friends. I know it's surprising. Do I do the effort to reach out? I reach out to Carly a lot, which is why I feel bad when I call Carly, because I love the girl. Don't get me wrong, I love the girl, but I feel like I'm spending a lot of time with the same people, you know? And I have yet to decide. That's a good thing or a bad thing. There's two schools of thoughts. Would you rather spend your day with the most amazing people? Would you rather spend every single day with the most amazing people? Or would you rather spend your days meeting different people, meeting new people every single day? Yeah, how many of those days are going to be fucking shitty because you meet awful people, you know? I have the chance, the luck of being surrounded by decent human being, you know? And that does matter. That matters now, that matters tomorrow, that matters yesterday. But in reality, I don't know how much it matters in 10 years, in 15 years, you know? Hopefully it does, and it possibly will, but still. So yeah, so for the content, this is the same thing, right? I haven't given myself. I was very restrained in the 4 days without contact, because the 4 days without contact they offer. Non, ça, non, c'est toi mon boy. Non, c'est toi mon boy. Une personne avec un caractère d'exception. D'exception. There you go. That's my fucking boy, dude. He's the new boyfriend of my ex. Well, not they've been together for a while. They've been together for longer than the relationship lasts, though. Go, go figure. But yeah, I restricted myself a lot because I did years and years. Okay, so it's very odd. I think mentally speaking, there was a blockage for the last 4 days, right? There was a blockage because I spent years and years doing what I wanted, the content I wanted, for as long as I wanted, without having to worry about social, right? Then what happened was I reached I'm gonna be completely honest, completely open-minded. I reached out 5,000 followers on TikTok. Decided to start doing live, and this is when I start meeting people online, and some of those people were nice, some of those people were shitty, right? So yeah, again, some relationship, like I had this friend Janice, which was fucking amazing, amazing, and we had so many good memories together. And at the end, there was no trust. He didn't trust me. because they didn't trust me. There was a constant need to answer, to justify myself, and I was like, dude, you know, and it's shitty. He was pissed off because I blocked him on Twitch. I didn't block him on anywhere else. You know? So yeah, so that was pretty much it. Speaking of, take some notes. So we're gonna do a playthrough call. Oh, this is so comfy, you have no idea. Come doom scroll with me. Walking Dead full story. What else? I had another idea. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 3. Because you didn't finish FF2 due to depression. Anyway, the second suck. Final Fantasy 2 sucks. The 3 is a better game. Let it be known. Let it be said. Let it be known. I'm not mad that I'm not gonna be playing it. So yeah. So and yes, we took some break. But when I took break was because I was depressed. This is the first time a break is imposed upon me. And this is why I was so worried, because I tend to, like, for example, having the 6th playthrough right now playing. We've been live for how long? 2 hours 24. No, we made in 2 hours and 30. We made 230 times 6. 15 hours. So we have 15 hours of content. 15 hours of content minus 20 minutes because we lost 30 minutes of one playthrough, which is 40 hours and a half of content, right? And it's super easy. It's super fucking easy. But I didn't work hard enough, because I could have done more. So I don't know. I think I went in with my guard up because I was like, dude, you know that you like working alone. Even if you look at my story yesterday, what I said in the videos, talking about I never was, and I meant it. I was never as happy as when I didn't have to worry about anybody but myself. And I meant that. And it's a shitty thing to say. It's a shitty thing to talk about, but it is true. And that scares me. Because the last 3 days I could do whatever I want. And ultimately speaking, we did a lot. We worked a lot. I could have done more. Could have done less, So it's kind of crazy. Oh, yes, that's what I wanted to. Okay. Nice. Okay. Peace. Life. Good. Okay, good. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. I want your lot in the internet. Just to see what you find. And yeah. It's tough, dude. It's tough. My apologies. So, I would feel about the 4 days. I wish I saw it more as a break. I was more worried than anything else, You losing we're building relationships with people on the fan side, and I'm like, wow, this is precious. And I get banned. But at the same time, we get banned. We get banned a lot, dude.
Except it's literally frozen. Yummy. Mushy ASMR. Except it's literally frozen. Yummy.
Douche rolling. You fly. It fucking apparently the season 2 of One Piece is amazing. I didn't really see the season 1. Zolma. Soon I'll be 16 years old.
Alright, official announcement of Resident Evil Requiem DLC.
Yo, c'est vraiment tout gentil et incroyable pour le vrai, puis je suis content de s'avoir rencontré ce soir, man. Je suis content de regarder la game du Canadien avec vous autres aussi, man. Fait que let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe du peuple? Fait que let's fucking go.
Alexa, ferme ta calice.
Oh.
Quel gosse. Alexa, ferme ta calice de gueule. Alexa, ferme ta calice.
I don't know.
Somebody made a path that...
Le 14
What a fucking dumbass.
Boss,
What a fucking dumbass. They joke about people unliving themselves. What the fuck? And there's some shitty people online. So yeah, so I was nervous because I'm like, dude, what is the right thing to do? See, this is also it. Like, the more choices you have, the more venue you can reach. That is the scary part. That is the scary part, and it will always be the scary part. Because how can I put this? I don't know, man. You always, when there's a one choice in front of you, you're like, okay, well, fuck, just get it. When there's multiple choices in front of you, like, I don't know what to do. You know? So yes, I was afraid to remember how good it was to work on your own. See, and as much as I love being live, it takes a lot of energy. Then you don't have that energy anymore, and like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna miss it. Like, and 20 hours we're gonna be live again. I'm gonna have to do way too early because I have a hard talk to do, which is gonna be like an hour long. I'm not gonna do anime. We're just gonna be watching this. Yeah, tomorrow we restart with the movies and shit like that. You know? Good. I feel like doing this. It's tough, man. It's tough. Of everything, it wasn't planned. There's never a situation where you're on vacation and like, what is the best thing I can do? So I have so many plans. 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 And you never wonder, hey, was that the best thing I could do? The answer is I don't know. There'll never be an answer. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough. But at the same time, it's positive. It's very positive. Because, like, you know what? Fuck it. I did what I did. No regrets. And what we did, there's no regrets. We streamed a lot. We made a lot of content. We made mukbang, which I haven't done in years. We spent a lot of time talking with you guys. We cleaned the apartment, which is great. But I'm still left wondering, is that the best thing I could have done? You know? And there's no answer for that. I'm in a position where life is great. Life is fucking great. Like, I wouldn't change a thing. And that is scary. Because when you reach that, you're either complacent of, or you settle. I don't have the hunger to make content as much as I did before. But I still am doing content, right? So I'm in this weird position. And this is why I believe when people tell me that they want to quit, it bugs me so much. Because I'm in a position where I'm halfway quitting. I'm not as involved. I'm not diving in. I'm not fucking, what is it called? I don't remember what it's called. You know when you look on the water? What's it called? I'm not diving in. I'm not under the water. I'm on top of the water. I'm not scuba diving. In a freaking what do you call it? I have so much shit problem. I'm in a freaking raft. I'm in a freaking raft. I'm just letting me drift out of the sea. And then, okay, so let's talk about One Piece. That's a perfect segue. I'm on a stupid raft, and I'm walking forward, going nowhere. I'm having more experience than anybody on the water, right? Because I'm not stopping. There was a couple of islands, but like, no, there's nothing on this island. I'm looking for the mainland. So I kept going. But most people in my position either reached the mainland or gave up. And it's crazy. I wanted to give up last year, right? And I saw people that were doing content for the same amount of time as I was, and they had next to no followers. Like, how's that possible, dude? You've been doing this for 8 years, and you have like less than 100 followers, which is you, right? But then, like, what the heck? You're like, what the heck, dude? You guys realize that I'm at 749 followers. It's nuts. Just a more man, yeah. I want your things in my room. I miss you all the time. I watch myself on the internet just to see what you'd find. And it's stupid because I was like, why am I supposed to give up? If I'm doing better than those people, I shouldn't be able to complain, right? And I'm doing good, don't get me wrong, I'm doing hella good. But then I saw somebody recently, and I think that person meant more to me than I thought. Because we started making content around the same time, and the guy was more successful than me. Was at a point where he could make a living out of it. A very poor living, but a living out of it, nonetheless. And he gave up. And that person meant a lot because they were sort of like a role model. They were sort of like top of the class. They're not a rival, but somehow rival-ish. And then they just left. And you're like, holy shit, if they leave, that was the point. Right? And again, you see, everything that you're doing, everything that you're doing. For example, right now we ate together, right? We're uploading together. I'm going to be streaming. Everything is in some way related to making content or not. Now that is something else. That is meaningful. Meaningful in a sense of I could either take advantage of the fact, you know, it's as stupid as saying like, "Hey, I'm eating a apple," or "I'm eating sauce of apple." I'm eating a slice of apple with caramel sauce. What if it's more enjoyable? Doesn't mean that the apple isn't good. Just means that you can have a better experience. And we're making the most out of the experience we're having currently. You understand? So yeah. And that is tough. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, shit. And for example, also, I have to go to the bathroom. Sure, guys. Okay, no, it was farts. It was a lot of farts, but still farts. Like in another example, right? Imagine all of the time that I put in making content over the last 5 years. So why are we talking about this also is because I got banned of live, but I still got multiple account banned. And TikTok is the most successful. The most success that I'm gonna have is on here. So I'm thinking about this and I'm like, okay, well, we're getting some results here, right? If I get banned, did I stop? We got the gaming channel fucking banned. And already I was like, holy shit, this is banned. La la la. La 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 la. Maybe uploading this time when I have to go to the bathroom. Whereas when I say, think about all the time that I put in making content. This time wasn't time that I saved. I would have done something along the lines of doing anything at all. It doesn't matter what I did. It doesn't matter what I was doing. Time is time. 5 minutes, either you're jerking off or you're watching a movie, it's still 5 minutes, right? So all that time, I made more and I produced more and I was more fulfilled. I lived a more fulfilling 5 years doing this than the 5 years. I would have done what? Find a girlfriend? Maybe not. Out of games, right? Out of freaking gamed. That's for sure. So I can't upload. Can't upload, which is okay. I had to wait like 20 minutes, not even. And I could have spent those last 5 years, and I don't know if I could have done more than what we just did. But at the same time, you realize, like, again, I was faced with two solutions. I was faced with two paths. I took one path. Was it the right answer? I don't know. Will I ever know? No. And that's part of life. You know? So you're just in a position where, like, hey, I'm gonna be doing what I can do, and if I can do it, then I can. If I can't, I can't. I made some content. Was I able to be successful? Possibly not. Will I ever be successful? There's a chance that not. And am I okay with that? And I think I am. I think how do I feel about this world being a world where doesn't matter how hard you work, shit, I got Lewis. Since you've been gone. Got Louis Le Fou. I'm watching him right now. I was watching him. Perfect. That's okay. Meritism is a utopia. And as long as there's different castes, different society, cycle or circle, you'll never get to the point where you want to get, and that's fine. All of this, and what does that have to do with the content itself? I'm in a position, like, for example, yesterday, I wasn't able to enjoy The Moment Cry because I already played it. Right? The reality is, I didn't play The Moment Cry. I played it, but didn't take clips. And because I didn't take clips, I have to replay it. You understand? So I'm like, dude, you have to restart again because you didn't do the whole thing. But then the Twitch channel, the TikTok channel, sorry, of gaming, in which we did it, got banned. And all the content that was on it got banned. Understand? So all of this had no purpose. And of course, we don't do a double. Even though this content still exists on the YouTube. And I'm in a position where it's tough also because I'm asking myself, how good is my life by making content? How good would my life be if I wasn't making content? And I don't see a world when I'm not making content. I don't imagine my life doing nothing. You know? I would possibly unlife myself. And this is not a joke. I would probably do it, you know? So I'm in a place where it's a very toxic place because of this mentality, these ideal, these way of seeing things. At the same time, it's important to be honest with yourself. It's important to be aware or hyper aware of your flaws and cons. My flaws is I have an addictive personality. I am a workaholic. I'm a workaholic that doesn't want to work. As simple as that. So this is similar to working. This is similar to a schedule. This is similar to having a schedule is a good word. I'm in a position where I'm in a position where I scratch that itch of workaholism. And I'm like, yas. Fuck yas. And that is a good thing. I just don't know if that's the end all be all. See, also to be more social, think about the inner circle, outer layer of social relationship, friendship, co-workers, right? They're different. I never made that difference. There's something I learned on here. The guy I was watching, the guy I talked that was leaving. We weren't always friends, you know, and that's fine. Oh shit! You see? Thank God we checked. Thank God. It feels good. We weren't always friends. That's nothing wrong with that. But we've always been co-worker. That's not an insult, by the way. If somebody calls you a co-worker, he values you. He values you as somebody that's working with him and or is working as much as you so. If he believes himself to be lazy, then you have nothing to be reprimanded for. And if he is a hard worker, then congrats. That means you're a hard worker too. Boom. Crazy. I got a guy texting me, keep up the good work and content. Super nice guy too. There's so much more I can do. Like, I'm in love with the idea of making content for the next 20 years. But it's a really weird thing. I'm in love with understanding how many there is to do, how much I can accomplish. Yeah, One Piece. Tough, dude. I'm in love with the idea of working for the next 20 years on this. I'm in love with what I can accomplish. But not knowing what I can accomplish is the challenge. Probably the best thing ever, One Piece Season 2. I cannot watch it because I don't have Netflix. I'm too broke. I just bought 2 phones. Priorities, am I right? Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know. No. It's tough, man. It's tough to think about all of this. Because there's no answer. I just don't know the results. So willing to put the work, you're excited about putting in the work. You're excited about the retrospect, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what you're accomplishing, what you're able to accomplish, which is insane. That's a great thing, because it means that possibilities are limitless. The fact that you're not able to perceive a certain result is because there's so many results possible. The fact that you're unable to perceive a certain path is because every single path is open in front of you. They all lead to a labyrinth. They all lead to a closed door. But if your destiny is to be facing a closed door and it is facing a closed door, doesn't mean that you can open it. I mean, somebody else won't open it for you. It's insane. Possibilities are limitless. Limitless. And that's the fun of life. That is the greatest fun of life. Since you've been gone, I felt real for the first time. Nice. This sounds good. Or ink. What is that? That sounds fun. Nice. I forgot to check this out. Do I have enough? Are we done with this shit or no? It's a beautiful thing, people. It will always be a beautiful thing. I'm missing 7 ads. It will always be a beautiful thing. The day, tomorrow, yesterday. Possibility. A world of possibility. You're putting yourself in a position where everything is possible, versus not working where nothing is possible. You understand? Like I said, the last 5 years I could have done nothing. I could have gamed, and I would have been happy. Don't get me wrong. I would have been very happy. I would have not that fulfilled as much as I do right now, but I would still have been happy. But what's the point? This is possibly the most meaningful thing I can do. But what am I trying to prove? To who I'm trying to prove? Meaningful to who? And what's the point of being meaningful? You understand? It doesn't make any sense until it does. And when it does, it's too late because you're left with more questions than you have answer. But maybe you're supposed to ask yourself a question. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And we're back. So sorry about this. We had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, the alarm is going on, but there's nothing. Sometimes it goes on. Sometimes there's nothing. I ate some spicy chips. And now my booty hole was on fire. Sorry about that. And just come to the realization that maybe what you thought was limitless is meant to be limitless. Maybe what you thought you had free reign over, you do not have free reign over. It's like, holy shit, what am I supposed to do? And you just gotta test your luck, you know? I was having this conversation with a friend of mine about, and it's crazy. I died. I upgraded my health. This is a vampire, which doesn't do shit. So just so I was having this talk, right? And this guy is somebody I used to respect. Now we're not close. I blocked his ass. But I was basically talking about V for Vendetta, which is where we got the inspiration for the name. And what else? The other one was Fight Club. And they're both flawed, and they both wear things that, see, alarm is done. They're completely changed the way I thought about things. So, for example, in Fight Club, there's a way better thing than not. In Fight Club, it ends, however, with self-destruction, right? You go too far, like, okay, well, how do I stop this? Well, I shoot myself, right? And then I got V for Vendetta, and this guy was in his phase of V for Vendetta. Problem with V for Vendetta is you're the leader of a revolution, but even if you have the 30th of horse, you need to water, doesn't mean you're going to be drinking. You're relying on people to save your ass, and in most cases this doesn't work. You know, that's being negative, I know, but still. And it kind of sucks because I'm in this position right now. Maybe it was never meant to be limitless, you know? You look at Mozart, you look at Picasso. I don't even know if they were famous in their lifetime. And it's not about fame. But sadly, we live in a world where results are success. And that success is results. So if you're seeing results, chances are you're going to be successful. And if you're successful, chances are that you had some results. Right? That makes sense? Cool. So, when I'm seeing this, I'm like, holy shit, you know? It was kind of tough, right? The Limit Roach. We uploaded the maximum. Which is okay, we're good. Since you've been gone, I felt real for the first time. Yeah, yeah. Da-da-da. Choo-choo. And it's all good, you know? We also live in a society where people follow successful people. How many people gonna be watching this follow? Because I usually watch his live. So, long story short, what I feel like is that the reason why we're talking about this is because the 4 days were its own venture. The 4 days was its own capsule. It started the day I got banned. It ended today by getting unbanned, right? And I don't know if it was meaningful. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be meaningful, but still, you know. And that's it. I think that's where it's important. I think this is where there's a difference in what we're doing and not doing. You know. Do I feel like what I'm doing is the best thing I can do? No. Do I feel like there's something else I can do? No. Just don't know. I don't know. What I do know is the future will tell me. I feel like it's such a hard thing to give up control. To give up control and be like, dude, I don't know what the world has in store for me, but you know. Yesterday I was talking about how my mom, the feeling of, you know, when she was telling me just be calm, and I was getting pissed off about that because my past is not a joyful thing, and I feel like this is why we're afraid that the future isn't going to be a joyful thing. But the thing with the future, it doesn't happen, it won't happen, and when it happens, it's not the future anymore. It's the present or the past. You know. So am I fearful? Not really.